Folks, here we are, middle of 2024, and 151 is already going to the moon. Remember yesterday when Costco had 151 UPCs for $79.99 in store and $89.99 online? Remember when you could find them everywhere on eBay and TCG Player, buy the UPC, buy the case, 80s and 90s? What about those of you who picked up those TikTok coupons and bought these things for literally in the 60s, 70s, and 80s? Well, go ahead and check again. These are now selling for the mid 140s, about 145 a UPC. Meaning, depending on when you got in, you're probably 70, 80, 90, 100% up on your investment already in 151. The best part about this wasn't like an obscure play. It was the most obvious punch you in the face play you've ever seen in a hobby. And people still found a reason not to buy it. Because you know what happens, people hear the right amount of fear. They tune in to the right bearish voice to just instill the right amount of fear of why, well, everything's different this time. It's overprinted. Let me tell you something. Overprinted is the most overused term I've ever heard in this entire hobby. You could say it for every single set. It's always wrong. But it's overprinted. No one likes the silver borders. No one likes Scarlet and Violet era. Everyone's sticking to Sword and Shield. Everyone's doing this now. If everyone's doing it, there'll be no one to sell to in the future, right? It's too easy. If it's too easy, everyone can do it. And time again, we see it happen just like clockwork. Products come out, they're available everywhere, they're cheap. No one wants them, they're trash, right? They stay out for a little while, no one still wants them, they're still trash. But now you start to see a lot of the bigger sellers, a lot of the game stores, things like that, start to sell out of their inventory. And now you have more secondary sellers than the primary sellers who actually get their product from Pokemon distributors. And then the prices start to rise ever so slightly, and people start to pay attention now, like, hey, what's going on with these things? They're starting to rise. I'm starting to see a few less sellers. People are starting to take less deals. They're not accepting my offers anymore. And then people start to buy because they start to get that little FOMO, which sends things higher. And then it really catches everyone's attention. People start making content on it because things are rising. And then you have the same scenario again and again and again. And it pisses me off, to be honest with you, because I want to see everyone win. And I see, creators out there. I see people out there in the communities, in the discords, in the comments, scaring people. Trying to explain to people why this time everything is going to be different. Everything's changed, right? Nothing's changed. It's the same sets. They have different names, different packaging. The cards are different Pokemon. They have different spoily, sparkly patterns on them. You can call them an alt art, a special illustration rare, an EX. I don't care what you call it. It's the same thing over and over and over again. The only thing you really should be debating is how long is it going to take for the items to rise in value? Is it going to happen in 6 months, 2 years, 4 years? It doesn't matter. It's going to happen one way or another. And so here we are with $145 UPCs. We've got PC-ETBs selling in the 130s, meaning you're over 100% up on your money on those. Regular ETBs are $65, $70. Depending on when you got in there, you're doing very well. Literally, you could sell everything you own in 151 right now and make more than most everyone's going to make in their stock market investments, their 401ks, Roth IRAs, whatever their holdings are. You're going to beat crypto investors this year. But hey, if 100%, 70% is not enough for you, okay, I get it. Pokemon's not for you. But don't sit here and tell me sealed product investing is going anywhere. It's changed with Scarlet and Violet. It's overprinted. Everyone's doing this. Who are you going to sell to in the future? I don't know. I look at TCG Player and their sales every single day on these products, so it's selling to somebody. Someone's buying it. But I guess I'm the crazy one. We're all the crazy ones because we continue to buy this stuff and make money. Here's the funny part too. Would I be around? Would any of you be around if this didn't work? Like, if I was legitimately not making money in this hobby, investing in it, would I still be here after 9, 10 years? Would I be here? Why would you be here? If it didn't work, we all wouldn't be here. The only reason we're here and we continue to do this stuff is it works. It works time and time and time again. And I don't know, maybe I shouldn't care so much, but it just pisses me off that people get scared out of this hobby or scared out of investing, scared out of holding their items longer because they buy into the fear mongering of, what's going on in the world, what's going on in the economy, what's going on in the hobby, everything's always overprinted, everything's always going to zero, it's always doom and gloom. And now, after hearing everything's overprinted and Scarlet Violet, no one wants it, you literally have game store owners making YouTube videos saying, we're out of booster boxes. We are out of product. We're trying to order more from distributors. They're out of it, or they've already raised the prices, or they're limiting some of the sets to 1 case per order. That's where we're at in this hobby now, guys. And so you can't have it both ways. Is it overprinted, no one wants it, or are they not printing enough and that's why the prices are rising, right? Because that's what's funny. You hear the rhetoric change over time. In the beginning, it's all overprinted, no one wants it. Then as things start to sell, it's, they didn't print enough of this stuff. Pokemon needs to do reprints. Dude, which way do you want it? Well, I mean, come on. You can't just talk out of both sides of your mouth. I think what you have to do is accept this stuff rises over time due to scarcity. And yes, people continue to buy it over time. The customers aren't going anywhere. When these things rise in value, no, not everyone has this stuff sitting in their basements. Not everyone has Fort Knox of storage units with all these cases. It's just not true. Because if it was true, there'd be too much supply and these things wouldn't rise the way they are. So here we are, guys, August 2024, 151 UPCs, 145 a UPC, PC ETBs, 135, regular ETBs, 6570. The reprints, let's talk about the reprints, the restock reprints. We're not getting any, right? The small amount we're getting right now are 2 displays of 151 booster bundles, which is 180 packs. But to get those, you have to spend thousands of dollars on a bundle of a bunch of junk you don't want from the distributor just to get those small amount of 151 packs. So I'm going to tell you what's going to happen is this is not going to affect the market at all. The singles won't be affected, the sealed won't be affected, and anyone who takes that bundle, they'll make a little money if they want to do the legwork to sell off all the junk just to be able to sell some 151 at some good margins. But I'm telling you right now, these prices aren't going anywhere. Now, could they? Could we see reprints? Of course. Of course we could. We could see drops if they reprint this stuff. If you're worried though, guess what? You can take your profits right now. I wouldn't be mad at you. You made a freaking 100% on it. Is anyone upset with making 100% on your items? On the most obvious play in Pokemon history? No, I mean, my personal belief is all this stuff's going to be even higher in the future, reprints or not, so I'm holding. But hey, if you're worried about all that stuff, take your money. Where else are you going to make 100% that fast? Guys, if you do one thing for me, look, I get it. Enjoy all the content out there. Enjoy all the content creators. Support them. I know everyone has their own perspectives and they see things in different lights based on their life experiences, their financial situations. But try not to let fear control you. Do not let fear get you into panic mode and make rash decisions based on what people say. Because everything we've seen shows us sealed product rises over time. And the good sets that people seek after, no matter how much is printed, it does eventually run out and it does rise over time. And the more you allow yourself to trust the data, trust the history, the better you're going to do investing in these hobbies. That's all I got, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're not yet. Be back here in a new one soon. I'm out.